Welcome back to the Wise Dude Podcast. I'm your host, Graham.
And I'm your co-host, Nick.
So today we're going to be talking about advice and all tips and tricks for freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors. So, Nick, would you like to get us started with some freshman advice?
Sure. So,
what's the biggest piece of advice that you think freshmen should have?
I think the biggest piece of advice isn't very specific, but it's just don't be too intimidated or scared, because York is not a scary place, regardless of you might think, from what you've heard from your older siblings and stuff. They're probably just trying to scare you. York is a great...
Not really. They're not trying to scare you.
They might be. My sister tried to scare me plenty. I mean, I'm just saying. But, you know, York is a great place with a lot of good opportunities. And don't be too scared. You know, the first few days might be kind of scary. Trying to get around to your next class, you're kind of confused about where to go. Maybe you don't know if you like your teachers yet.
Definitely memorize your schedule.
Maybe you don't
memorize your schedule.
Definitely memorize your schedule. I mean, I've done that in the first, 1 or 2 days because of just...
fairly easy. As long as you know your way around, you're pretty much fine.
Yeah, you're pretty much fine. And, you know, sometimes it's hard because... You know, some of your classes you might not know many people from middle school, so definitely try to make new friends, you know.
You will have a lot of different new friends. It's okay to, per se, let go of some old friends. I mean,
yeah,
friendships change.
It happens.
Seriously, they do.
I made a lot of friends in high school. I met Graham, you know, in freshman year.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and...
I met you, so...
Yes, and...
Also, get really involved. If you don't get involved, you won't meet a lot of people, and you're only limited to the people in your classes. Mm-hmm. By getting involved, getting involved with band, like marching band, concert band, choir, orchestra, theater. By theater, you can meet a lot of people. I mean, I haven't done theater, but I know that there are a lot of people to meet in theater.
There's plenty of weird clubs at York that
Not
people don't
weird, but
no, there is some weird clubs. There's a military history club. I didn't even know that.
I tried joining that freshman year.
Really?
But I don't think some clubs were listed freshman year, so they didn't actually meet.
But yeah, it's weird. Like Harry Potter club.
That didn't really get.
It didn't happen.
The sponsor switched from to math team. I think.
I'm talking to you, Mrs. Mordini.
Join sports. You will meet a lot of friends if you join a sport. I mean, if athletics aren't your thing, don't do it. Seriously, make the choices you want to make.
Mm-hmm. You know, and also amateur musicians is really fun.
Well, I've heard that's fun. I've heard that's
It's a very fun club.
Ask for help when you need it. Take your classes seriously. Don't hate your teachers. Well, don't be mean to them. At the very least, don't be mean.
I've had very few incompetent teachers at York. I can say that
Same
much.
here.
I've had, a few teachers I don't particularly like, but you know that happens with every student for various reasons. But definitely ask for help. Most teachers at York are pretty outgoing and are more than willing to set up times after or before school. So a lot of the time, you know, if you have questions, you just need to ask them because they're just going to say it was your fault that you didn't get the question right.
Being a self-advocate is the biggest thing you can do to show your teachers that you want a better grade, you want to do better on the test, you want to study better.
Exactly.
You want to get a better grade on that essay, but I mean, you know, sometimes you can't make it up, but there are ways you can improve it. And if you're having trouble with math, which is a very hard subject for probably a number of people, the Math Lab is probably one of the best places to get help with homework, tests, quizzes, anything related to math.
The Math Lab is a great resource. It's always staffed with there's always a few math teachers hanging around.
Isn't it 261, A261?
I think it is 261. It's somewhere in the 260s.
It's on the second floor right by all the other math classes.
It's in the math area.
Right around there.
On the second floor. And there's a lot of great teachers there that can help you out with whatever you need. Even if it's not your teacher, even if they don't know teach the same class, they'll probably know material.
My teacher this year, she helped me before, so she's pretty nice.
Yeah, and you know, and they do also have computers for True Basic and whatever.
True Basic, Geometry Sketchpad.
Yeah.
Any other kind of basically all the programs that all the other York computers have that are Windows, like the ones in the library where you can print, take screenshots. Stay on top of your work. And don't worry too much about your grades freshman year, as they won't really matter that much if you're applying to colleges.
Still try.
Just stay on top of your classes. But take them seriously. But don't stress yourself out.
Really,
don't overload on clubs. Don't overload on extracurriculars to the point that you stress yourself out. That's just too much.
Exactly.
Relationships aren't everything. That's not really a thing to talk about, but yeah, they aren't everything.
Not every. Let's just leave it at that. It's not very important, but it's fun.
Okay, moving on to sophomores. Help freshmen if they need it.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one. If you're in a class with freshmen, like music production, we're in a class where there's the potential for all grades. You can help freshmen. Like if you're more experienced, like if you're tech savvy, help them. Help anyone. I mean, seriously, like
Yeah. And
people will probably return the favor.
exactly. And if you're an upperclassman or sophomore, don't be rude to freshmen. Like
Yeah, don't.
I didn't like. There's all these like things like some freshmen think that like they're gonna be like somehow bullied by older students. I like don't know where that comes from because
I really don't know.
I never was throwing stuff at like as a freshman. Like I don't know where that comes from. It's just some weird rumor, but
It
definitely
might be
don't,
like other
definitely
high
don't make
schools
that
where
true.
more. It might be
Maybe.
from other high schools that
But,
are
yeah.
more.
Don't be rude.
Sketchy areas.
Don't try to intimidate freshmen. Just be nice to them.
There's no benefit.
It's not
There's no
hard.
benefit.
It's easier to be nice than to be rude. So
Yeah. So also, if you're taking an AP class sophomore year, such as AP U.S. Government, take it seriously.
Oh yeah, take AP Gov seriously. I believe that everyone has the capability of getting at least like a high B in AP Gov. The people that don't do well generally just don't take the notes. AP Gov's a really difficult class for a lot of people because it's the first AP class that most people take.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of work. You know, sometimes it'll be like 20 pages of notes on one night or something.
Well, I mean-
And the teachers are very strict with how they assign homework and stuff. But it really is beneficial. And I would say for AP students in general, do all of your homework. Don't skip anything. It's really important.
Yeah, especially one of my friends who's taking all AP classes this
Oh.
year, which is like a.
Yes, X person is kind of crazy in my opinion, but he's a great. But yeah, don't overload that much. Definitely don't be
And
taking.
study up for the AP
Yeah.
test. Like
Oh,
even if
study.
you think you're and
Go to the study
for
sessions.
any test, don't think that like you don't have to study. You have to study because your teacher, the study guide provides probably just the bare minimum of what you need for any
Exactly.
test, like the AP test, finals, any test. It's just a recap. So if you you have to go in and take notes on each individual topic.
Yeah, if you're an AP Gov, my suggestion is to go to every single one of the review sessions, or maybe I would say the mock tests for the multiple choice is not that important, but go to all the review sessions where they talk about the chapter stuff, especially the night before and the morning of. The AP test is kind of nerve-wracking for a lot of people, but you're gonna feel a lot better if you go to the sessions because they talk about literally everything on the test. I don't think I saw any question that they didn't talk about. There might have been a few. There's always a few surprises with AP Gov, but that's my
and
suggestion for that.
You don't have to take AP classes as
don't
you
have to.
go on. It's not that important for college credit. I mean, it does get you college credit, but it doesn't mean it's not like your key to entering like Harvard or Oxford or something. It's not the key to entering college, although it does look better on your transcript.
Definitely. Like, my suggestion to sophomore is to try out AP Gov unless you really think the topic is boring or just don't want to do the work. But it's really just a thing of are you good at taking notes? Yes, then just take AP Gov. It's really not. It's not that bad of a class to take.
But that being said, just because you're taking American government, which is the non-AP version of that class, don't slack off. You still need to do your work. It's still a class. Although it's not AP, you still need to do the class.
Oh, definitely. The regular history classes are not super easy. It's not like you can just fly through them and get an 8 automatically.
Well, it depends on the person, but still.
Yes.
If you have the chance, take the PSAT, which is a great opportunity when you're taking that actual SAT
On
junior
Wednesday,
year. Yeah, this
the
Wednesday,
10th, right?
actually.
I think
Yeah,
the 10th.
Wednesday the 10th. If it's going to be uploaded after, it happened a few days ago, but
there's
if it is, it's
PSATs.
happening whenever. But definitely take the PSAT as it can give you a good sense of what your SAT scores are going to look like and how you need to prepare. But just because you if you prepare enough for the SAT after you take the PSAT, then your score will definitely improve. If you prepare, know what's going to be on the test, take practice tests, understand the protocol of the test.
I would definitely do the preparation stuff. I don't even know when the SAT is. When is it this year?
The SAT is, I think it's in spring.
I think it is in the
It's
spring.
usually in March or April.
I think so. Definitely take the PSAT. You know, it's really not that important in terms of your score, but it's a good idea of where you're going to be, like what you need to try.
No, like if you get like, I mean, I don't know, I'm just saying like a score of 100, which is a fairly low score.
That would be someone that like filled in like one bubble or something like that.
Yeah, but if you get like 100, then you definitely need to prepare a lot more.
If you get like a 2,000, then that means you're a genius. But
isn't it? I thought
I think it was like 1,400 or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was like 1,600 or 1,400.
So if you get like above 1,000, you'll probably be okay.
Yeah,
but
you still need to prepare.
Definitely prepare. Yeah.
Yeah, as certain colleges like Georgetown or Harvard expect certain scores. So if you want to get into one of the higher achieving schools like those, like prepare a lot if you need to improve your score. But again, like you still need to prepare. Well, you can't really prepare, but still you need to practice.
Do the practice tests. Like my mom gave me this gigantic like 500-page book of the SATs or ACT or something.
Wow.
And I haven't even looked at it at all, which is probably not a good idea. She gave it to me like 2 months ago. But I probably will have to. So yeah, I should definitely do those.
Yeah. And also moving on to juniors, take the SAT and ACT, big college level tests.
You could always retake them if you don't.
Yeah, you can retake them. It's not like you take it once and you can't do it. Like you can take it as many times as possible, and it will help for college applications if you want to get in certain ones. Some colleges require it, some don't. And also juniors and sophomores, it is a great time to be considering what you want to do after high school, like your career choice. Which in FOG, I believe it's career cruising and Naviance. Career cruising helps you it's like a little personality quiz that helps you choose, show you like what maybe career is best fitted, ish for you. And Naviance, which shows like the acceptance rate of students from New York to a certain college. So if you go to those websites, you can enter information.
Junior year is really important for starting to think about what college you want to go to, exploring your options.
College visits are a great thing to go to. You can just obtain a pass from the CCRC and...
Yep. Or, exploring what you want to do in general after school, because there's other things. Some people do trade school or have a different career they want to do that doesn't require college. So definitely look into that. A lot of people do college visits.
Yeah. College visits I think they're probably going to a close because they're only during the first few months of school, which is during the admission process. But let's see what other. There's been DePaul, Villanova, I think University of Illinois, I believe. DePaul's I've heard. Columbia, I believe. So that's go to the college visits. There's always a representative from the schools, and they give you a whole spiel about the college, which is a nice thing to do.
Didn't they do something last year? I feel like there was something some weird thing in the music department. That was a career day. People came from colleges to talk about career day. So there was a couple things I can't remember. It was in the choir room. There was some people from colleges talking about the English department or something. So there's some things at York that all the students.
Is career day for everyone, or is that only during the SAT and testing days? I think it's for everyone.
I think it is for everyone. And there's interesting booths. Definitely. Oh yeah, go to career day. So yeah.
Go, and for everyone, especially freshmen, go to home football games. Any football games if you want, but depends how far it is. Like Glenbard West, that's pretty far. But I think that was a home game this season. But there's only 2 home games left, so go to them.
Oh yeah.
Go to pep rallies. They are so much fun. They can be loud.
So you know what? I have mixed feelings about pep rallies. Okay. I'm personally not a fan. And I'm one of those people that likes to just go to the commons and just sit there and read or something. But it's not for everyone.
Not for everyone, no.
But it's probably worth it to go if you're a freshman. I would say this though: don't try to sneak out of the school because
that's illegal.
You could be caught, even though they don't keep track of where the students are during pep rallies, and it's super chaotic for attendance purposes. Don't sneak out. You could go to the commons or something if you really want to, but you should probably just go to the pep rally. Honestly, it's probably the best thing to do. Also, in reference to the home game thing. In relation to the last episode where we talked about homecoming, I actually did go to the homecoming game.
That's right.
Yeah, I went with some friends, including Graham, and it was cool. Even though York lost miserably to Willowbrook, as we kind of expected, it was still a fun time. And that changed my perspective a little bit on that. I think it's worth it to go to the homecoming game or some home games just because it's a fun time to hang out with your friends and have a good time. It's not necessarily how you feel about the sport, because I don't really like football at all, but it's worth it for the experience.
It's really fun to hang out, because me and my friends don't really actually pay any attention to the game, but we do look at the score and say, oh, we're losing or we're winning. But
exactly. We don't really
say, oh, that player's going to do that. We know what's going to happen next, not like...
We're more focused on, stealing Ethan's ID and stuff like that. Remember that? That's more
weird.
fun.
That was weird. Not in you, but, go to prom juniors. It is I haven't been to prom, but, I've heard it's a great experience.
No,
you don't have to go with a date. Again, it's not... You're not obliged, but you can go with friends, similar to homecoming. But also, on that night, be safe, because you're probably going to be downtown Chicago on... Wasn't it a boat last year? Like a boat in the water?
Like that. Yeah. I don't know. That seems like a disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah.
But,
think about majors, especially about similar to careers. Think about, what majors you want to explore in college.
A lot of people just do general education and just do the base courses, and then maybe the third year of college move on to more specific things. But
yeah, if you want to go to a liberal arts school, some are specialized for that. DePaul I've heard is like filmmaking. DePaul is a good film program. Or if you want to leave the state, Cal Arts or USC, University of Southern California.
Plenty of people leave the state after school.
New York, all very prestigious colleges. Use your study hall. It is a great opportunity to get work done, and if you don't have any work, just relax. You need a break. Everyone needs a break. Seriously, don't stress too much.
Mm-hmm. I would say don't take study halls if you don't need them, because a lot of the time, people just take study halls instead of their electives, but they don't really need it that much. It's better sometimes, in my opinion, if you don't have a ton of homework and you're not taking a lot of AP classes, you should probably just take a fun elective. For example, music production is a great one. I've taken all 3 classes. It's super great, and that is something that's really fun that a lot of people don't realize they're going to be interested in, but everyone likes it, basically. Or even takes, Chef's Corner or, some of the computer classes. So a study hall is definitely a good thing if you have a lot of work, if you think you can't handle it. But I say don't take a study hall because you can. It's not something to do, so...
Yeah, just because you can doesn't mean you should, necessarily. Now moving on to seniors. Cherish your last year. It's your last year in high school. You won't be returning next fall. Your friends are probably going to go to do it for different state, different colleges than you, which is probably quite true. Some of my friends share very different career choices or interests as me. Also, go to prom again. And when you're writing your college essays, have friends, teachers, and family peer edit them all. As will be some of them have them edit them. Your English teachers, because they know proper grammar, and then they will help you have your college essay look better, and probably get you a better chance of getting into the college that you want.
Yes. The college essays are kind of crazy to me. I haven't even thought of that really, but it's something that you kind of have to do probably. So
also, PSA to everyone: don't skip class. That's a very bad idea.
Yeah, don't skip class.
Pursue the career you want, because there's nothing really guiding you. What you feel is right for you probably is right for you, because it's what you want.
Follow your interests.
Follow your interests. Don't feel pressured by your parents, teachers, friends. Or anything, but if they make a positive reinforcement, definitely think about that. It's not too bad to think about and explore what are the possible careers in this field, or like political science or journalism or broadcasting or science.
Yes.
If they think you're strong in this area, don't explore it. Don't disregard that. But if you feel you're being pressured, seriously, don't.
Well, because the problem is, you're going to be spending the rest of your life doing something that you don't like, and that is terrible. That would be horrible. So you should probably just pick a career that you like, and don't just think about money. It is important in a lot of ways, but obviously, do something that you think you're going to enjoy and that's very productive. and you'll have a good life ahead of you, because that's the purpose of high school, really, is college prep.
And certain colleges are so expensive. Like, I mean, you can get scholarships, but like if you want to do like a 2-year college, like go to community college. Like that's cheaper.
You know, there's a lot
cheaper.
of different opportunities. I mean, you don't have to go to college.
Yeah, that's not for everyone.
Not for everyone.
And so that wraps up our 3rd episode of the Wise Duke podcast.
Listen, next week we'll probably have another episode out.
Yes. Listen up next week.